Alright, cool. Hey guys. So in this video, I'm going to go about showing you how to change the actual individual values inside of the position, rotation, and scale. Just as a disclaimer, this works not only for just changing the value of the position, rotation, and scale inside of Unity, but it also works for any object that has like 3 values inside of it. We'll get more into what that means as we go further into this unit, into learning Unity. But just for now, we're going to focus on just changing one value inside a position, rotation, or scale. When will we do this? So say for example, I have a game right here. And the only thing I want to do to this character, so say this player right here, the only thing I want to do to him is just change his Y value so that he's like a little bit further down. That's it. So instead of being like positive 2, he'll be at negative 2, right? But that's the only value I want to change. Here's how I would access that value and change it. First thing I do is I'm going to get the component I'm looking for. From then, I'm going to access the value I want, or the property I want, by just doing dot and then searching the property. So in this case, I'm changing the local scale. After that, I'm going to press the dot again, and we're going to go inside of the local scale and just change that X property, and only the X property. So again, you get the property you want, and then just add another dot and just go inside of that property and just pick which coordinate you want, and then you're good to go. You could do it for the local scale, but you can also do it for position, rotation. Every single value thing that has 3 values, you can do it for. So this is an example of what the code looks like, but let me show you guys how this actually works in practice. So I'm gonna go here, right? And right now, this code is changing the scale of the object. In fact, you know what? Let me go back to Unity, and I'm actually going to focus on position. I'll focus on that first. This is the code we did to change the position of an object. I want to focus on this Y value right here, and that's the only value I want to concern myself with. And say I want to change it from negative 2.7 to positive 2.7. What I can do with this, I will go here, and I'm going to make a new variable just to store in what the current value of this object is. So the way I do that, I'm just going to type in a float because I wanted to get a float, and I'll call this Y value. From there, I'm going to assign this Y value, or this float, to be the Y position of whatever the object currently is. So I'll assign it to, going to get the component, get the transform, get the position property. Then from there, I'm just going to go inside and I'm just going to get the Y position. What this is going to do is it's going to get whatever the value of Y is currently, and it's going to store it inside this variable. Now, with it stored inside this variable, I can just access this variable. And anytime I do, the computer is going to know that, hey, whenever I type in the Y value, it's going to basically get whatever the Y position currently is of this object when you start the game. So if you start the game and your Y value is at like 10, right? This float will be a value of 10 no matter what. So we got the current value, and now what I want to do is I want to actually change this value to be something different. So to do that, let me just actually turn on this overlay real quick. To do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, hey, I got this Y value, right? And I will set the Y value to be whatever it currently is, plus, I don't know, 4. Why not? So we're setting the Y value to be whatever the current value of Y is, plus 4. From there, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get the entire property again. But instead of leaving this as a 2.5, negative 2.5, I'm going to replace this with whatever the Y value is. And then from there, what's going to happen is, hey, the current object is going to change its Y value to whatever it currently is, plus 4. I'm going to get rid of this line right here, just to show you guys as an example. First thing we did was we got the Y value and stored it in a float. Second thing we did, we got that float and just changed it, so we're adding 4 to whatever the Y value is. Third thing we did, we put in the same code we normally do to just change a property, but instead of put a number in here for the y, we just change it to the variable y value. We'll save it. We'll go here. I'm gonna run the program. So our code works. Make sure it's attached to the script. It is. So when I run the program, currently the y is at 2.64. Because I'm adding 4 to whatever that value is, when I run the program, it should be at 6.64, like that. You see it did so right here. So that's how you can access an individual property on an object and change it to be whatever you want. First thing you do is you just make a variable and set that variable to be equal to whatever the value is you want to change. From then, you change that value and just set whatever it is equal to. Set whatever change you make. Just make sure you all store it down into the variable itself. Then just get the variable in whatever position you want it to be in, and that's it. With that being said, that is how you can access the individual property of an object and change it. And that's really that. If you have any questions or need any clarity, just let me know. Otherwise, that's it for this video.